So hi guys, apologies for the lack of reviews, been mental busy, Expo was fabulous and we're back from there, we sorted that out and then mad busy with the shop, sorting the shop out, and then last weekend just gone, I went to a wedding. So yeah, I went for a wedding and I was the best man and photographer, so that went well, that was interesting. So what have we got up for review this week? We have got the Advken Mad Hatter 24 kit. Oh yes, we have, which is here, which was given to me at Expo by the lovely Cecilia from Smoke Vape in France, who are the distro for Advken in Europe. So the links for her will be down below, so if any distro guys want to get in touch and get these bad boys in, give her a shout. And also I'll put some more links for places you can get it from in the UK, Europe, China, wherever, in various places. So we'll get back down to the camera and we'll have a little look, shall we? Why the hell not? Let's have a look. There'll be coil, wicking and everything going on in it. Yeah, should be good. See you down there in a sec. So here we are up close and personal with the unboxing of the Mad Hatter 24 kit. Yes, so let's have a look around the box first of all. Turn it around the right way might help. There we go. Got scratch and sniff there, scratch and sniff there, scratch and sniff there. It doesn't like focusing because of the light. There we are, nearly there, nearly there. Hang on, let me just turn it on to manual focus. It'll be a little bit easier on manual focus. Let's just get it on the right focus. There we go. You can see it a bit better there. Looking around the sides, we've got all that malarkey going on there. We've got the old skull and the hat on there on the top, and round the bottom we've got all the vital statistics, what comes in it. Mad Hatter 24 kit, Mad Hatter 24 RDA, Mad Hatter 24 mod, 1510 drip tip adapter, Dr. Coil screwdriver, accessory bag, wiping cloth, and Advken card. And then you've got all your bimfo down here. Keep out of reach of children and pets and all that malarkey, you know the score. George Dawes. Let's put that the right way round. We'll get the focus back and we'll have a little look at what's inside. Here we go. So let's open this bad boy up. There we go. Got a nice present magnetic box. There we go. It's quite tidy. Let me just get the focus right because it's having a little bit of a paddy fit in this light for some reason. There we are. So we get the we've got a little cloth, little cleaning cloth. There we go. Got Advken on there. Don't stop smoking, start vaping. Good choice. There we go. So we've got that bad boy, and then we've got the vaping and share your moments with the share your favourite pics and all on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook and all that good stuff. So what have we got in the box? Let's start with the accessories first. We have got a spring, looks like it's gold plated, a drip tip adapter, the RDA itself, and you've got a bag of goodies down there like pins and screws and all sorts of good stuff and spare bits and pieces. And let's have a look what's in there. What have we got in there? We've got a little tiny Allen key, and what have we got in here? We've got spare springs, got a spare little tiny Allen threaded screw, got a few O-rings and what have you there. Let's get rid of that. This Allen key, by the way, you notice it's very small. It's for tightening up a little Allen wrench in there. Look, see, there's a little Allen thing in there. There we go. So that's that. You also get this bad boy, so you can put it into a wrench if you want to give it a bit of oomph. You know, it's got a nice Phillips screwdriver for the bits and pieces there. So that's that. That's the stuff in there. So let's get rid of the box and let's have a look at the mod. Oh, let me put those bits back in there. Put them back in there. There we go. Put them back in there. I can go out of the way there for a minute. Oops. Oopsie daisy. I moved my light now, haven't I? Oh, it took me ages to get it right there. So here we go. Here we have. Screw that. Let's first have a look at this RDA. There we go. Let's get the focus right close so we can get a good look at that, shall we? Oh, there we go. We get a little bit closer, maybe. Right, just about there's about right, I think. So there we go. There's the dripper itself. Little look around that. You've got all your vital statistics there. Look. Advken 24, all that malarkey on there. Got a nice deep, it's not mega deep, that screw at the bottom. I'd like to see it a bit more than that personally, considering it's a hybrid Mech, but hey ho, it's protruding, it could do with being a little bit bigger, I think, but it's there. It's not squishy, it doesn't squish in when you squeeze it, so that's all good. And of course, because it's the Mad Hatter, what does it do? It does this. The focus will behave itself. Come on, you stupid thing. I hate when the camera decides it's just like, I'm not going to do what you want me to do. There we go. There we are. So, there we go. And then you've got, in the top there, if you can see that, vaping is not a crime, etched in the top. And that's the signature of the Mad Hatter, is the pop top. There we go. So that's that. We'll have a little look around. Hybrid Mech there. Obviously, usual caveats apply. Please, 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 if you're going to use a device like this, make sure you know your ohms law, your builds, and what have you. Know your batteries, check your ohms. Use MOOCH'S battery guide, because don't trust what it says on a battery, because half the time it's a load of rubbish. So make sure you got a really, really good idea of what you're doing before you start with a hybrid Mech. Let's have a look around the mod then. So on the side you've got your venti hole there, look. You've got your button at the bottom. I apologise, the button's dirty, that shines up lovely, but I left my brasso at the shop. But you've got that nice motif on there with the old Mad Hatter logo on there. And then we unscrew that, and you've got Advken on there, and you've got that on that side, and then you've got a number there, 4033. Got a nice bit of Delrin there. I presume it's Delrin or plastic, and your button's got a nice throw on it. Now, unusually, this isn't screwed together, this button. The button is held together with, can you see that little O-ring there that's popping up? The button comes apart via O-ring, so you just have to pop that O-ring off, and you know, away you go. The button's got a nice bit of throw on it. It's just got quite a nice bit of pressure to it. It's not too tough, it's not like but it's not sort of like dead soft. It is quite thing, and I like the fact that it's recessed there. So there we go. So I suppose we better have a little look at the RDA, haven't we? Right, let's get this on here so we can pull it off, so we can have a look, shall we? Get that on there. Threading's lovely on this thing. Threading is absolutely lovely. O-rings are nice and tight. So here we have the buildy decky. Let's see if we can get a bit closer for you guys there so you can see. Right, so let's zoom in a bit. There we go. Zoom me in. There we are. Autofocus is on, and he's in the wrong place, obviously, because it always is. It hates this light. There we go. So there we go. There's the deck. Look, as you can see, nice big open area for your juice to go. So there we are. Now, this is the interesting thing. The deck on this is a bit funky. Let's have a look at those posts. I may be wrong, but I haven't seen it before. So, as you unscrew these posts, if you'll notice some RDAs, you notice how they pop up, look. Isn't that clever? Because normally you have to faff about trying to get your wire in, don't you? It's a right pain in the bottom. But these have got spring loaded under the pins. So as you unscrew them, they lift up, which I think is a cracking idea. So you've got all that space there. And there's your deck. Now, what I will say is you've got your holes here and holes here. Obviously, you've got positive that side and negative that side, right? Now, what you need to do, as I found, because I was trying to build, like, I was trying to get trying to use them in the middle like an idiot. What you need to do is pick one from one side and one from the other. Because what happens is when you put a dual, because it is dual coil only and there's no adjustable airflow, it's wide open all the time. So obviously you've got to put that into, you've got to think about that. So what you've got to do, because you've got to get your wires, because I was building straight in the middle. I tried building straight, and what happens is the posts tend to sort of like lean over because you've got the wire on one side. I mean, they tend to do that when you screw them up. So what happens is if you're using Flaptons or Claptons, you'll find that one coil will be loose. So what you have to do is make sure you get, you know, one in one side and one in there. So you go from there to there for that side, and then from there to that on the other side. So you're spreading the load, which works well, and that's how I've been doing it. But I like the fact, because I mean I've got goons, I've got goon clone. I've had a few with, like, you know, this type, sort of like more like a flat peg style deck on them, and I find they're right faff because you've got to lift them up with the wire, especially if you're doing dual coil bills. But the fact that they're sprung loaded, I think that's quite neat. I like that. I've not seen it before. I may be wrong. One of you guys will probably steer me in the right direction and say, you're chatting rubbish. But I've not seen this style of deck before, and I quite like it. There's plenty of room in there. So yeah, without further ado, I shall get my little coil building jiggy, and we shall do a build in it. Again, normal caveat, never ever do your build on your fucking Mech. Do it on a coily buildy thing, because safety, isn't it? Safety first. Safety first. Let's screw that bad boy on there. It's all about the safety, bitches. It's all about the safety. Right, so there we go. That's that. All about the safety. Right, let's get these in here. Are we on full? Yeah, I can't get you any closer, so let's see what I'm doing. So here's some coils I built earlier. So I'm just using these, which are coils made by, well, the coils are made by me, but the wire is made by Flatwires UK, and these are the Canthal Claptons, I believe, if I remember rightly. So what you want to do is, whoops, get my little, these are 3mm inside diameter, 6 wraps of each. Don't forget your to get your nice little bits and pieces in there, so we'll get that in there like that. I think that was that side. That goes in there like that. Bumpy dumpy 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 dum, and we'll put the other side in there. So what you, as you can see, I've got it so it goes in. This is a bit awkward trying to see what I'm doing and show you guys, but basically it goes in like that. Ooh. Not like that, because that one just fell out. But basically in, oosh, job's a good one. Like that, in there like that. There we are. So we'll just knit them up now. Make sure they're in the right place. No, they're not. I've put them the wrong way around, haven't I now? Like an idiot. Probably. Have I put them in the wrong way around? Possibly. That's right, isn't it? Is that right? Because I was talking, that's why I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, that's right now. There we go. No, it's not. No, it's not right. I've done something wrong here. What have I done wrong here? I think I moved. I've bent them on one of them. Oopsie. Definitely doing something wrong here. What am I doing wrong? That one definitely looks like it goes in there, like that, and that one definitely goes like that. No, it doesn't. I was right the first time. I had put them in the wrong way. There we go. Put that in there like that. That's cut there to there. That's cut there to there. So we want it about there. There we go. And I'll adjust them in a minute. It's because I was faffing with it before. That's what it was, I think. Doobie-doo. That was. You want to get them in enough so they clamp down, nice and tighty. Put that one in a bit so I can play with it in a minute. There we go. Play with these. I made them before and I made a right. Looks like I made a right nana of myself, doesn't it? Let's get that down in there. There we are. Get that pushed over like that. I'm trying to keep them just sort of like, just sort of like in line with the screw heads. Like so. Don't want them sticking out because we don't want any shorts happening, do we, boys and girls? We don't want any shorts happening. Make sure this is the right distance away, which it is. There we go, that looks nice and neat. Don't know if you guys can see that. There we go, nice and neat. They're near enough straight, I think. That one might not be. Yeah. A bit better now. That one's definitely wonky. Give that a little straighten up. We'll see how this fires now. It should read about 0.3. There we go, 0.3. There we are. Right, let's focus. There we are. 0.3. These will need a bit of pulsing, I should imagine. Let's get them, make sure they're coiling right. They're definitely both the same distance apart, which is good, otherwise we'll have an odd thingamajig, won't we? We'll have an odd firing order. The only problem with Claptons, they can be a bit temperamental at times to get them to fire correctly. That one's alright now. There we are. just got to look at them that way because I can see what's going on. There we go, nice and fiery. That's coming out at 0.3, spot on, which is just where I want it. It's not too low. Again, make sure you know your batteries, make sure you know your builds, make sure you know what you're doing. Always with any mech, but especially so with a a hybrid mech, because believe me, when a battery goes, you don't want to be anywhere near it. Right, so where's my build kit? My build kit is down here, and we're going to need some scissors. Need some scissors. I should have prepped these earlier, shouldn't I? Oh, some scissors, scissors, and the tweezers, which are here. I like using these bent ones. You know, the bent ones that sort of like stab your fingers and you go, ow, 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 ow. Yeah, they're not very good, are they? There we are. So that's that. There we go. So we've got those. And we're ready to rock and roll. Shaking Stevens, right. So let's get this ready to... Sorry if you can't see very well. I do apologise. It doesn't like the lighting that much at this time of night because I am recording this quite late at night. So there we go. I've got a battery charge ready to go. That's pucker as. Alright, let's get some cotton in there. And I will be using some of this stuff. Fuzz from the Yorkshire Vapor. Brilliant cotton this, guys. Brilliant stuff. It's like wicking with a cloud. Yeah, it definitely is. Bit of cotton. That's the cotton sorted. Let's have a little close up of this before we go. We'll give you a little close up of there, shall we? If I can. There we go. Closey uppy. Little tour of the deck there with the building. Them, as Big Tom would say, them pre-bends though. Right, a little bit of colour on there. Nice. We like a bit of colour on the coils. Let's get that back down there. There we go. It's back down there. Bit of cotton. Give it a little fluffing. A little roll in the old fingers. Not too much, otherwise we don't want too much in there. Don't want to compact it with cotton. Those dual coils are coming out at 0.3. Might have a little bit of ramp up on them, but I don't mind ramp up. I don't like run. Basically, I won't run below 0.3 with my batteries that I've got, just for safety, because I'm like that, and I'm a tart, and I like to make sure I'm safe. Just want it nice and snug, just so it catches. Jobs are good. Let's fishtail that now. Tail it. That's how I've been doing it, just to the edge of the deck like that, just past the edge of the deck. 2 or 3 mil, maybe 4 mil, past the edge of the deck. So you don't want shitloads of cotton in there, we just want it to tuck in nicely. There we go. Bow tie it. Give the ends a fluff in a minute as well. A little roll. I like to leave it fluffy. Twizzle the end. Boom, in it goes like that. Silky the silkworm's leather cod piece, in it goes. There we are. In we go. There we are. There we go. A bit of a fluff, and near enough even. Give it a little bit of a wiggle. Blah, 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 blah. Fluffy fluff fluff. We'll get that in there. Like so. Tuck that in nice. Always the same when I do things on camera. When I do it normally, they always look nice and neat. But when I'm not doing it on camera, it always makes a right mess. There we go. There we go. It's because I'm looking at the screen, you see, as I'm doing it, rather than what I'm doing. There we go. Just tuck that in there so it sits nice on the deck. Sit, nice and neat. Plenty of room under there for the airflow. All about them pre-bends though. Nice and neat. Oh, I don't like that. It's not neat, that. I'm terribly sort of like really anal with things like this. It's got to be nice and neat. I'm really terrible at stuff like that. I like to make things nice and neat. attention to detail. My OCD kicks in. It's got to look pretty, hasn't it? It's got to look pretty, hasn't it? There we go. There we go. All nice and neat. There we are. Lovely jubbly. There we go. All nice and neat. So all that's left is some juice. I think we'll have some chubby bubble apple vapes in there, shall we? Some of this stuff on there. Let's get some of that on there. Yeah, why not? Why the hell not? Why the hell not? Might need to fire this a little bit just to make sure it's getting a bit, sucking the juice in well. Want it to suck in the juice well. Bit more juice on. Takes quite a bit of juice. This deck holds there's plenty of room for juice. There's no mistake. Make sure I get that cotton nice and wet. Looks wicking right. I don't, because nobody likes a dry hit. Nobody does. So that comes out at 0.3. My battery's a bit low in here, but we should be able to get it to fire so so you get an idea of what it does. Got a fully charged battery ready to go in. Got plenty of juice in there. Have we got too much juice, or are we alright? I think we're good to go. Yeah, I think that's spot on. Give it a fire. Should get a bit of vapour off it. There we go. Nicely, nicely. A little pulse. My focus gone again, hasn't it? Stupid thing. There we go. Plenty, plenty, plenty. Right. I suppose we better put it on the Mech now, aren't we? Just put a bit of juice on your finger just to wet the inside of there, like otherwise it won't go on properly. So bit of juice on there, give it a twizzle, make sure our holes are lined up for juice, and we should be ready to rock and roll. I'm going to get the damn thing off because I over tightened it, didn't I? Silly boy. Silly boy. I over nipped it. I'm known for, I have a tendency of doing that sometimes. Give it a quick nip, there we go. Doobie doo, doobie doo, doobie doo. Actually, what we'll do is we'll screw it on and I'll fire it on the Mechs. And you'll see there should be a bit of difference. I know there was last time I tried it. Put that on there. Get rid of these bits of crap out of the way. There we are. Offcuts of that. Get that on there. Let's get the focus back on this. There we are. Stupid thing. Focus. There we go, focus, there we are. Freshly charged battery. I'm using, excuse the wrap, but it's an LG HG2. So I'm not drawing silly amps. I'm being safe, I'm being a good boy. If your Mech doesn't feel like it's firing right, don't use it. There we go. Boom. Clouds, boy, clouds. There we go. That's working well. Like I say, caveats apply. Make sure you know your ohms, know your batteries, and know your mod. Familiarise with the mods. Familiarise yourself with your batteries, and always check MOOCH'S battery charts online for a good up to date. Just search MOOCH battery charts. In fact, I shall put a link to his blog about battery safety down below. So we'll go up close. We've been up close. So we'll go back up top and we'll have a little chat about it, shall we? See what I think. See you in a second. So right back up with this bad boy, and there she is. I think you'll agree, she's quite a nice looking bit of kit. Bit better there. Look. Oh, focus, you bugger. There we go. So there you go. It's nice. I quite like it. Like I say, I would prefer to see that centre positive just a little bit thicker downwards. That's just me. I'm a fussy bugger. I've been living with this for about a week or so. It's not missed a beat. The performance is great. I've had many different builds in it, Claptons, Flaptons, all sorts of stuff in it. But like I say, you do have to offset those wires. Clouds. And the flavour's stunning. Considering its wide open airflow, you know, it's quite airy, but it's not like full airy. Does that make sense? It's not quite full lung hit. It's slightly, but it's in between slightly restricted and full. You know, it's sort of like not full, but not quite restricted. It's sort of in between. So you've got plenty of flavour. I mean, like I say, I've got these Flaptons in here. Plenty of flavour, not short of flavour at all. I need to re-drip that before I have a dry hit. So yeah. Now these were given to me at Expo. I've got 2 other items from them as well, so they give me 3 items. I've got you can see up there. There we go. I've got the Mad Hatter RDTA, and I've got the E-Cig's RDTA there as well, which will be coming up for review. I was going to do a video with all 3, but I thought it'd better to spread them out. You know, rather than it all be over the top and thing. So big thanks to Cecilia over at distribution there, and I shall put the links into her. So they're from wholesale. So if you any of the shops want to stock these products, give her a bell. I'm sure I'll sort some out. I'll put some links what I found to the prices and what have you, where I can find you purchased it. I'll put a couple of like links like GearBest and so find some UK shops that have got it. It all seem to be around the $40 to $50 mark. I think it's about $50 is recommended retail, $50–60. So it's about that price. And for the money, I think it's a nice bit of kit. It's still a nice bit of kit. To me anyway. Flavour's great. The build quality's pretty decent. For a cheap authentic, it's not a bad bit of kit. It's also available, this one's obviously the black one. It's available in stainless, it's available in like a pinky brass colour, copper as well. The stainless is really nice. But like I say, I'll put links down below to that. I'll put links down to Cecilia, or Celia, whatever, I think it's Celia. So yeah, big thanks to them for giving me for review. And as usual, links will be down in the description down below. And I shall see you next time. With some juice reviews next time, should we? And then after that, we'll have some more mechs and, well, let's have some more hardware, shall we? I've got all this lot to do. So it's all good fun. So I shall see you next time. Thanks for watching. Ta-ra!